Family, if you want to change the trajectory of your life, there is a season you cannot eliminate. And this season is a sacrifice season. I'm about to share with you something on my heart. It's been embedded with me for years now, but then it's about time I actually allowed it out. I can't sleep without allowing this out. And so I'm so honored to have you on board today. And so please stick with me every minute, every moment of this video to the end. Financial freedom is not only built by what you earn, it is also built by what you are willing to sacrifice. Not everyone talks about it. Not everyone understands your sacrifice season. But every wealth, disciplined, and purposeful person has gone through this season. I have personally gone through this season. That is why I'm about to share this with you. Welcome to YAT Finance family. On this channel, I do not teach textbooks. Real life, real decisions, real sacrifices, real numbers, real results. And today's message, it's simple. Many people do not know this, but then I serve in the British Armed Forces and my background is HR specialist. My days do not actually start in comfort. They start with discipline. Now, what am I talking about? I start my day with physical training, that is PT. There is a structure and there is a movement. But then as a woman with weaves, weave-ons, long hair here and there, I started noticing something. I was sweating underneath my hair after every PT. And I have a 4C texturized hair. So weekends, I go to the salon, get my hair done. Monday, my hair is already soaking in sweats. Sometimes I try to do the washing myself, but then if I check the time I need to be in the gym, I'll probably go for my training, how long I need to take care of myself, put myself back in order, go back to the office. Sometimes I do take the time to wash my hair, but there are times I just package it, spray it. I mean, everyone can affiliate with what I'm saying. I love to share reality, my real stories like this, because this is why this channel exists. I'm not here to give you things that do not actually work. This is me. This is my reality. So sometimes I do spray it and I just go to the office, but then I realized it was actually affecting me. These wigs were expensive. My weave-ons were expensive. The salon visit constantly was actually taking quite a lot from me. So one day I asked myself a question that changed everything. And the question was, is this actually helping me or draining my life? And 100% I said to myself, no, this is draining me. It is stressing me. I do not want to keep going through this. Why? There were times I didn't want to find myself in the midst of people because I'll be wondering, does my hair stink? Is there anything they are smelling I'm not smelling? What are they actually talking about? So there were times I'm fighting myself just because of my hair. But on weekends, I am confident, I am perfect because probably I've visited the salon, I've spent a few pounds in the salon. And so it became a cycle. During the week, I'm not happy. Weekends, I am happy. And it wasn't the life I actually wanted. So I made a decision that shocked people. I went to the barber shop. In fact, I did not have this discussion with my husband because I knew he was going to discourage me. But I also knew I was dying in silence. I wasn't happy with what was happening, the cycle. And I just didn't want to do it anymore. I went to the barber shop and I cut my hair. I remember the barber asked me, do you have a style? Are you sure you want to lose all of this hair? I'm like, don't talk to me about it. Because the more you talk to me about it, the more I asked the question. And so please, I'm here to cut my hair. Just do the best you can do for me. That's it. It wasn't for fashion. As of then, I wasn't a recording gospel artist. Yes, I was ministering from church to church, but I wasn't a recording artist. I am talking between 20 2018, 2019. That is what I'm talking about. Because my first song, the first song I released was in 2020. And so I was actually doing some work in 2019. I was recording, but then I wasn't a recording artist. My songs were not out there. I wasn't publishing songs. Yeah. And so it wasn't for fashion. It wasn't for trend. If you ask me, I didn't know what I was doing. I just knew that I was tired with a cycle of me going to the salon, spending lots of money here and there. And that is why I took that decision. I needed clarity. I needed ease. I needed order in my life. I needed stability in my life. I needed my mental health to be in a good place. Now, what I didn't know is that this decision will also build a full financial power. And so let's talk about the real numbers. The reason is because on this platform, we deal with numbers. We deal with facts. And so please, let's dive deeply into the numbers and let's see how they looked. So before I cut my hair, my salon braiding cost me £80 per visit. My hair wash and treatment costed me £30. Quality weaves, we all know what I'm talking about. That costed me between £250 to £500. And you understand the Peruvian, the Brazilian, you name it. I was dipping deeper into these. The full bundle installation cost me £240. Maintenance across the year constantly. On average, I was spending between $200 to $400 some months. And some months where I had other social activities, some invitations, it was something else. They were heavy months, I name it. Conservatively, $250 per month by 12, that is £3,000 per year. Therefore, from 2020 till now, that is approximately £15,000 to £20,000 saved. Are you shocked? These are real numbers. Trust me, when I was putting this together, I got humbled. This is a sacrifice I made to save myself this amount of money. Build a new identity. I don't want to be emotional. It isn't just the pay. It is also the sacrifices that we make. I love my long hair. I love all the weaves. I give them out though. But I love them. But I saved between 2020 because I cut my hair in the latter part of 2019. So forget about 2019. 2020 till today. That is almost £20,000 saved. By one disciplined decision, let that sink in. This is not an investment return. It isn't crypto. It is not trading. This is a lifestyle decision. Yet I save myself this. This is a deposit for a full property. That is how much I save myself. One decision. £20,000. Now the lesson, this is what I have learned. Wealth is not only built by your investment. It is built by what you stop funding. So check in your circles. What do you constantly fund that you can make that sacrifice to let go? On this platform, I have been giving you a lot of hacks here and there, a lot of strategies, systems in place. But this is another one I'm giving you free of charge. Identify that thing that takes too much from you. You can say to yourself, for the next 1 to 3 years, you ain't buying any new clothes. And see how much you save. Many people try to invest £200 a month. But if they put the maths together, they will realize that they spend £500 or more on things that are actually not accounted for. Yet you are struggling to squeeze £200 to invest each month. No. Sometimes the biggest financial breakthrough, it's not earning more. It is actually the sacrifices we make with the little that we earn. Now, please, I'm not here to encourage you to actually cut your hair. No. This is my story. I couldn't take the constant sweat underneath my scalp. And it was actually too much for me at that point. And so I took that decision. Little did I know that it will bring me this amount of money. It will build my financial capacity to this level. But I want to believe there is something you can actually do away with. All right, so let's talk about the unexpected results. And I am actually passionate about this. People do not remember me as the girl with the long hair anymore, with the long braids. People do not remember that anymore. Now, this look you see, whether you like it or you do not, it's actually a brand. The reason is because I am a gospel recording artist. And this is the identity people actually know. If I put on the weave, I believe I will be lost, because from 2020 till now, we have built hugely on my brand. And so anything that I put on this head, it would turn me to something else. And I want to believe, I do not know about the future if I may want to revisit weaves, long hair, or allow my hair to grow. I've had opportunity of some companies reaching out to me to advertise their weaves, and I had to decline it. The reason is because I do not affiliate with it at the moment, and anything I'm actually advertising should be something I am constantly using. And if I'm not constantly using, then there's no point of me recommending it. And so I have actually declined that proposal. I believe there's so much short hair, and they're like, no, we think we can put on a weave on hair, but then little they didn't know that I'm actually coming from that culture, and I have allowed that to be a thing of my past. When I began releasing music in 2020, people actually embraced and they fell in love with this look. Especially when I walk into rooms, it became that discipline, that presence, you know. There's something I can tell. I believe it's the grace of God at work in me. But there's something this hair actually came with. And let me know what you think about what you see. Do you love my hair? Do you like what you see? Because there may be something you've been letting go that actually I may fall in love with. What started as a practical decision actually became a signature brand. On the Faith album, this is the brand that you see on the album. That is what sacrifices does with you. It redefines you, it refines you, and it gives you a new identity back with discipline. The message is, if you want a disciplined financial future, then there must be some decision you should be willing to take to trigger an uncommon results. Some season requires reduction, and some season also requires focus. You need to know what season you are operating in. Some season also requires discipline over comfort. Me going to the salon was not comfort, it was discipline. If your destination is freedom with money, then the sacrifice season cannot be eliminated. So you see, I'm presenting a case to you for you to look deeper within yourself and see what you can actually let go. Something as simple as cutting my hair saved me this amount of money. So when I stay on this side and I talk about financial freedom, I talk about financial literacy, I talk about wealth, I'm coming from a place, I'm giving you a story I have lived it. I talk about investment. I will never speak of an investment I do not hold a share in. I talk about property because I'm an investor. I talk about the stock market. I am an investor. I talk about crypto. I am an investor. I talk about the strategies that has led me to this path, because this is what actually worked. And this is the blueprint. I'm giving you stories. That is why I do not come on this platform. If you watch the first video I ever posted, that was me telling you who I am. I do not need to repetitively say to you, I am a finance whatever expert. I hold a finance this, a finance that. I'm a financial advisor. I don't need to constantly keep doing this. I do not have to. I don't need to put it under my belt. I'm giving you what actually works. That is why I keep saying we are redefining finance. Family, wealth is not luck. It is not loud. It is not the appearance. Wealth is structure, discipline, stewardship, and sometimes wealth begins with one uncomfortable decision. This decision was really uncomfortable. I remember on that fateful day after I'd gone to the salon to barber my hair, I couldn't enter my house. My husband actually had to shout through the window, "Woman, get into the house." I couldn't. I didn't know what the feedback would be. You are not just building income, you are building a life, which in turn will set you free from your 9 to 5, which in turn will set you ahead of others. For practical, disciplined, faith-anchored financial wisdom, please subscribe to this channel. Leave me a message and please do send me an email, yatfinance25@gmail.com. We are not rushing, we are building. See you in the next. God bless you.